Hey, it's Stuart from Limitless Automation here. Today we're installing the LG NanoCell new for 2020 TV. We're asking if it's the OLED killer, everyone's saying it is, and we'll be integrating it with Control 4. Hey, this bit's for the installers out there. If you're just interested in the TV, feel free to skip on a little bit, but some musts that you should do before you start any TV install. First things, get yourself some nitrile gloves. They won't stop all smudges on the TV, but they make a big difference. Go and get yourself a big value pack of microfiber cloths. Don't apply any solutions to it if you can avoid it. If you have to, a light spray of water. Try and clean that up. If that doesn't work, what I find works best is some camera lens solution cleaner. But it comes in tiny little packs and you'll have to use a ton of it. It's just what you need to do. A good polythene backed dust sheet. Polythene backed is important. If you're drilling into brick, things like that, not a problem here. But if you're drilling into brick, you get really fine dust. A normal dust sheet just comes right through it. Get yourself a good hoover. I like battery hoovers. This Makita one is great. It's always charged when you've got a site with no power. It's often the case. If you're in doing things like speakers, you might be in a site with no power, so get yourself something that you can keep charged while you're there. Big ass level for obvious reasons. If you can get yourself a good laser level, I like a 360 with a cross. So places like this is a high TV because it's in a gym and it's going to stay pretty high. So this is the old TV, it's going to get switched out for the new one. So I'm going to center it between the speakers that you can't see. And the easiest way to do that, the quickest way and the most exact way, get yourself a laser level. Plan. Look at the situation, get yourself a bracket that works. So if it's going to be a fully articulated, so something that pulls out the wall in a corner, if it's a mechanical articulated one, so if the client doesn't want to be pushing and pulling that screen in themselves, they want something that switches on automatically. There's loads of good options there. Things that will tie in with the control system also. This is a fairly easy one. It's just a straight flat panel bracket. I like the Sanus brackets. A lot of reasons for that. The Sanus allows you to easily flip the TV out without having to take the whole TV off the wall. Saves you oodles of time if you're ever having to do any troubleshooting. The video distribution in here is HD anywhere, so we typically don't have as many issues. We don't have to do it, but for the extra few quid, spend it on Sanus. And the last thing is a big pot of coffee. Okay, here we are installed. We have the 2020 65-inch Nano screen from LG. So before we get into the decision here, if anybody's wondering what the difference between LG and Nano screens and such like are, the OLED screens via Sony or LG or anybody that's selling them, what they have is for every pixel they have an individual LED that's an organic LED. So the difference between an organic LED is that it not only lets out the colour, but it also can send its own brightness, so it emits brightness and colour. And what that allows you to do is if you've got a black screen, you can switch the brightness all the way off. And that means you get the deep blacks, but then also when it's a vibrant white, you're able to switch the brightness all the way up and switch the light all the way up, and you don't get those murky whites. So you get deep blacks, bright whites, and everything in between. With an LED or an LCD, what you typically have is all your LEDs or LED little pixels, and they can emit colour but they cannot emit brightness. So what they do is they have a backlight or at the back of the TV, or you have light all the way around the perimeter. So that's where you get side lit or backlit LED. So you'll have the colour emitted by the little LED, and you set the brightness level of the LED behind it. So what happens is you will always get a little bit of murkiness, so you can never have that light all the way off, so your black is more like a dark grey. So and the same with the white, so if you've got a darker scene beside it, you're going to get a murky connection between the whites and the blacks, and everything in between gets a little bit murky. So what LG have done, they've created NanoCell technology. So you have your backlight, and then you have a film that's 1 nano in thickness, and it can help let brightness in and out. So it allows you to get closer to those blacks. So I've pretty much given the game away there. So my feeling is NanoCell technology is incredible. It's not OLED yet, but in fairness, I think it's been given a moniker it didn't ask for. It's nowhere near the premium price of OLED, and it's not OLED, so it's damn close. We're getting there. The blacks aren't quite as dark, and you can see some bleed in between, but you really have to go looking for it. So it's an incredible TV. It's not an OLED, so don't let that put you off. So and in some environments, in here we're in a gym, we're actually in a garden room, out facing. I would never put an OLED in this environment because this is probably too harsh for an OLED. OLED, this screen will probably get left on an awful lot during the day. OLED, think back to your old plasmas, they get burn-in and things like that. OLED is nowhere near as bad as that, but it can be guilty of those kind of things. So if you've got an environment where things are getting switched, or get left on for long periods of time, maybe look at a premium LED or LCD, and maybe look at OLED for the cinema zones, all that kind of thing. One thing I would say, LG, this is a premium screen. Also, your OLED comes with the exact same remote. It's not good enough. It doesn't feel premium in the hand. It's incredibly functional. I think it's a well-designed remote. Not a problem for us in here. We're working from the Control 4 Neo remote, so it's been programmed into Control 4. One of the things that allows us to do, amongst many others, is jump into all the sources that are built in here. In home automation we tend to call them source zero, but it means Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, all the things built into the TV without going through the menus. If you've got a system like Control 4, we can just jump straight through. So we're on YouTube right now, so let's jump over to Disney Plus. So without faffing through all the menus and jumping through sources and jumping through, we can get straight to that. It could be the same whether it's that, or let's go over to Netflix. It'll jump straight over. So we can also access everything at the head end, so there's no sources in here. What I've done is I've distributed everything through a video over Cat6 system. HDBaseT, the brand in here is HD Anywhere, which is an incredible brand. If anybody's interested, drop a comment. I'd be more than happy to do a video on HD Anywhere, or how we distribute video. And if you want a deeper dive into how we connect things like Control 4 into LG screens, Sony screens, all these screens that integrate really well with Control 4, more than happy to look at that. So yeah, so we're on what you call your source zeros at the moment, and we'll jump straight over to SkyQ. So that box is all the way, probably about 40 meters away from me right now, and I can control it as if I'm in the room, get everything I need from it. So that's you. I hope that's helpful. Drop some comments, send some requests, let us know what you want to see. We're enjoying doing this, so so drop a request and I'm sure we'll look at it if people want it.